Look at this comp. It makes absolutely zero sense when you look at it from the preseason perspective with Pancata on Killjoy. But something's changed on both sides.
We'll see how 100 Thieves choose to play this out. As it's been a little quiet, there's a whole lot of presence towards A.
We got 4 players here from Sentinels. They are leaning away from Pancata's setup. 100 Thieves are going to walk into it, but they've smoked them up. They're going to be a full retake here.
So he's going to be the very first to land a kill. It's actually bang on to 10s, no less. As first blood is drawn, the spike is going to go down. Numbers heavily in favor of 100 Thieves as Cryo gets another.
Those are shots through the smoke there, too. Very difficult to hit, but he makes it work. We were set up for a 5v5 retake, but that's not at all the situation. 5v3.
With so much to do, Cryo down to 7 HP. Looking to find a cheeky one. No, Def drops him.
But look at all the time he bought for his team. Now they got the molly coming out. One more molly as well for Stellar, too.
The turret to try to provide some cover as the fault line does a bit of the same. Austin is able to drop the first, spike ticking down. And there's not a ton left, but that's the problem. I mean, gosh, if they get the kills, they're still going to have to get the defuse. He's gotten it to half. Dirk's gonna have to swing. Oh my gosh! Whoa! What a start that would have been!
Just ridiculous.
It's in favor of 100 Thieves. Sentinels choosing not to buy up here at all.
And Saucy's actually going to be able to cheat an orb too. It's a good goal to have on these ecos. Reclearing in halls as well. They might get more than really they should on this eco. 100 Thieves is taking it very slow, just trying to feel out any stacks. Look at Stellar setup all the way on the north side. Just retrieving the info that he can, whether they're stacking anywhere, whether they're going to push anywhere in the mid round, and they did. They pushed all the way up in halls. I believe Zekin might have gotten another orb there too.
See both teams just quietly crawling away from one another as it seems like we're going to end at A yet again. Note again the gun difference, the gun advantage for 100 Thieves is monumental.
Yeah, they got a side advantage. Everything is going to be pretty easy. As the plant comes in, they're barely even going to hear it. They maybe hear the smokes and start rotating off of that, but there's, again, not going to be enough time for them to do anything with the weapon advantage that you're talking about.
Spike planted.
And that was clean from 100 Thieves, just feeling out what was going on the map. They didn't really get any information, but they end up making the right calls with Stellar's information.
Def setting up for the fault line to try to give the other Sentinels members some space to work, some room to breathe. And it looks like Cryo is going to be the first on contact. And look at the setup that they have in halls, man. It's going to be so difficult to take this space back.
Yeah, but there's also only Cryo alone on the door, too. So if they're able to pick him off, looks like right now they just want to die to the spike without any real altercation. Although opening the door, this is very risky.
Yeah, they got the altercation, all right.
You saw 100 Thieves at lock-in was very, very much aware of how people want to just save and die to the spike and how people are exiting, and they do get some damage done, but I think as well there, they did exchange a lot of those ult orbs. Stun dish, smoke as well. Saw Saucy's position. And they should be able to maybe even cheat another orb here for Zekin to get a showstopper up very early.
That's the plan. You've got Def close by with utility 2 to help.
Flash and dash possible.
Want to go. There's the nade. Cryo with the swing, and it's actually Zekin who gets the duel. I mean, it wasn't an orb, but he got what he was looking
Stellar's
for.
out, though. They must have heard the door. 10's going to have to try to clear it. But they've gotten sight again. The difference here, they get the first pick, Sentinels does, and they have multi-way retake going on. Love this, though.
Look at him pushing into spawn. Austin is in a really good spot to help as well.
They might leave the planter alone. That's a little sketchy. But they have such a good grip on the spawn side. It's even planted in the open here.
There's a showstopper. The ult is going to land. Saucy's able to get one as well as he swings around and drops Asuna. Bang's left alone in this 1v4, and he's able to pick up a weapon, but he's just not able to do anything with it.
Very nice. Management of the ult economy and also that retake. Just having Dish at your disposal instead of the pistol round where you saw Pancata set up onto the A side now. And most of the time, I mean, all 3 rounds so far, 100 Thieves has leaned back towards A. Whether it's in the early round or late, they always pivot back. See if they are able to actually figure that out. Lots of times you can hear that turret early from Cryo's position. They're working a lot of picks here. giving Cryo full reign to just go for the first kills.
Oh, Sasi's position.
He's gonna get two. He didn't split 10s. Zekin.
Huge response from Zekin though. Woo! Def getting another. Spike is in a bit of a precarious spot. Def just able to stare it down.
Yeah, but the players actually 100 Thieves lost after that trade out. Bang. And Cryo. So the tip of the spear gone, but also the smokes. They used 2 to even get into that position. They don't really have much more to get through. They don't have anybody to really dive with the flashes.
Spike acquired. But where do you go from here? You go forward. That's exactly where you go. Zekin falls. And you saw TenZ was starting to rotate back, and as soon as that kill comes, he stays, and that's just going to call for the rotation.
But they didn't really realize here, the setup for Pancata is still going to be up. It's still going to be up. With 20 seconds, they're going to go into the meat grinder. And Def has a stun too. No, he's all the way on the other side of the map, so they can't combo that. But one molly, all of a sudden you're stopped.
Oh yeah, time is a serious factor here. Now you've got the Rolling Thunder to try to push them back. He missed it! 8 seconds left. Have they got? No, TenZ may have stopped it. I don't think they're gonna have time. No, they're not.
Oh, Def, don't die though. Oh. Right at the beginning of the round. And Sentinels is continuously cheating on the setup of Pancata.
Even with 4 rounds in a row of 100 Thieves ending that way. Derek's able to get one. You've got the blades online for Cryo too.
I mean, they're just taking that fight. That's the second time you've seen Def peek that angle out of tower. This time, he's the guy who gets put down at the hands of Derek. So they're recognizing where he's starting to peek from. Sasi's gonna have to fill that space, but no more stun on this, so the execute can come without any hindrance.
I've got your trail.
Seeker's invested. You got the zoomies to go to, and the nade, I believe that was intended to bounce off, but either way, not finding its mark. They're going to get their way out onto the site, but Zekin once again from up top drops Cryo. TenZ getting another as the line holds fast, the line holds strong. 2 pistols left for 100 Thieves.
Should have picked up that Phantom that Sasi had up in tower.
Yeah, bang, scooped it up.
Where was Def's gun?
It's tough to say. With 35 seconds left, they still have the spike in tow, but can they find a way out? Can they even get
30 seconds
to a position where they can plant the spike? TenZ providing all the suppressive fire he can.
TenZ will spot the cross. That's when there's going to be some extra util, and just huge from TenZ. The fact that they're able to fight while there's...
Either way, it looks like they're going to end A yet again. The op that you mentioned in the hands of TenZ on the opposite side of the map here, so not in play for now, but if they rotate back, because it seems like they are.
I think the problem here for 100 Thieves is on these calls that they're pivoting so fast, continuously they're just giving back up that space. They're not really leaving an alarm bot, they're not leaving a play or anything like that, so it's really difficult for them to re-rotate into it. Nice little aftershock to actually break the KJ util.
Yeah, but you didn't break TenZ. Still got the op. A smoke providing cover for now, but not for long. Austin with a great trade, though. Pagata still up top on the tower, finds 2.
Spike down B.
And now Stellar's left by his lonesome.
Turret spots him, they know where he's at. Gonna get smoked off too.
Yeah, sucky spot to be in for sure. He doesn't even have a spike, man.
Stella has been pulling out some ridiculous things in the offseason and at lock-in too. But Zekin's gonna hunt him down. Let's see though. First time they're gonna really take control of halls at the beginning. Actually, that flash doesn't even pop. You're gonna have to spend a dog to clear it. Already kind of a disadvantage there, but crowd dashing. Zekin knows his tricks.
TenZ having to drop to keep the angle with the op. The Cloudburst is providing cover for now. Zekin's able to get one dash away.
Good movement.
Yeah, huge. It preserves his life, at least for now.
Still took a lot of damage.
Oh, there's the orbital strike that we were looking for. TenZ may be in trouble. Excuse me, it was Cryo who falls.
He actually got the op picked up, the TenZ drop, so he's not going to be... It's Asuna now who has it. That's it. I mean, that's a swing. That can all of a sudden make this really, really dangerous.
Stellar waiting. Just below them, the Stinger's only able to get one. Can the op find any value? First shot goes just a bit wide. Spike ticking once again, time becomes a factor. That high-low swing is just way too much to deal with. Asuna with too many options, too many targets, and not enough health to deal with any of it. Derek can't do it either. Def cleans up the round.
Tell it's been a minute since Asuna played that Jett role for 100 Thieves. Fortunately not in any of those shots. So begs the question, like, what would have happened if Cryo was alive with that? You actually could see as well, the adjustment from 100 Thieves is to actually keep Stellar with them on these executes. This time it might just because of the lockdown, they're potentially just gonna control underpass, go for a lockdown hit, but I'm seeing Zekin already pushing in halls. You have Tens actually holding the angle for him. Look at the caution here from 100 Thieves. Instead of clearing that with a body, having a dog all the way through, that dog is no longer used for clearing space that might be taken really fast back from the KJ ult. Oh, he's just getting locked down. Wait.
Yeah, a little bit of cover just on the other side. He should be okay. Not being pressured, not being pushed. You've got the rolling killer and the showstopper. Zekin tries to get up high, tries to find some room to work with, and Derek has no shot. No chance to get out.
Tens on a late flank as well. He has knives, so don't have to worry too much about this op. They're really set up in post-plant positions right now. They've got a nanostorm too, so Tens could spoil this entirely.
How patient is he going to be?
Double molly's out at this point too.
Here.
Tens falls.
Ult from Bang. This round is wrapped.
Yeah, there's really just no way in. We'll see what Asuna can find. They draw at the ult. Pancada falls. It should be pretty clean the rest of the way.
Yeah, not even any more time left. Second's gonna get out. There you go. Just hitting that.
He's getting pushed from both sides.
Yeah, satchel in from Zekin.
I've got your trail.
He's out quick. And that's Asuna's ult right now, also pressuring on the A side. Tens doesn't really have the room to get out. He just got stunned too. It's all Sassy.
Can he find any value? The first one through the smoke, but that's all it's going to be. Side has lost 100 Thieves. What can Sentinels do for a retake? The nade right at Asuna. He's got to back it up. The flash to try to keep them at bay, at least momentarily, at least temporarily, as the spike continues to tick.
Ooh. A lot deeper lockdown than normal. Breach ult coming in though. They're going to try to cancel it.
No, Derek has a pocket he can play in.
But they're not breaking it yet.
He can just play back there. He's going to be safe. They're going to drop down onto Derek, and yeah, Stellar's in trouble here. I don't know that he's going to be able to stop it.
Yeah, he doesn't have. Oh wait, they didn't stick. They didn't go to half right there.
This is huge from Stellar. Can he pull off the clutch? He's just trying to hold it back, but he's got to swing out. There's no way. Stellar gets 3. Either way, Sentinel's hanging on to a 3-round lead here. 10 still with the op. You've talked about this Killjoy setup a lot this time of today.
Yeah, just in terms of where it's at. Love the crowd reacting to it. So many people going on the rope right there. PTSD in the crowd.
Right there.
A slow push out from Dish. Stellar, the only one not close by. We'll see how they pop out of here. Again, they have a Guardian, they have a Stinger, and then pistols. Stellar's the only one with
they haven't cleared him yet.
A proper Vandal. He's on the opposite side. Asuna getting the first.
How does that work? Zekin's still getting kills through the smoke though. Actually, no, just through sand. It wasn't smoked off.
Note here again, the tools that Sentinels have to work with here. But that's the second rifle that's been picked up for 100 Thieves.
These situations are what has won 100 Thieves. The prior rounds.
Blades and up as kills go traded back and forth and back and forth. 2v2 left on the round. Stellar good for 1.
Ultimate is ready.
Def's gonna have to clutch this one out on his own. And he doesn't have a lot of time. But he's gotten it to a 1v1.
Oh.
Cryo's got a Stinger.
He put himself all the way up too.
Come on, come on.
Can he swing out? He's so weak. Def is so weak. He's got to at least hold half. Yeah, and Cryo calls it.
Went down south.
Once again, but the difference is this time Derek is waiting for the flank on the northern side as well. The last couple of rounds, it's been a 4-1 where they're all pushing together.
I have to say, they're doing a really good job pushing Tens off. Since the early rounds where he started to pick up the op, you don't really see him get the fights that he wants off those early angles. So the grouping that they're doing with Asuna, using his dog, using his flash to force TenZ off, is working really, really nicely. Back towards A, though. So much success here. And there's not even a lick of utility here for Pancada.
Here.
Oh, not to mention Stellars is locked down to work with. And there it is, right on cue. He trolled me.
There it is, right on cue.
Invested, and once again, Sentinels just have to sit and wait. TenZ looking for something cheeky, something early, but the fault line is so good.
I like the attempt.
But again, you mentioned the utility that they've used to keep TenZ back has been so effective.
Absolutely.
And that was another instance.
30 seconds left.
Stellar's putting himself in no man's land right now, though. Saw him take a fight early here in Sands before. Late rotate from Def, and he has the Rolling Thunder. He has the keys to actually bringing this back in for them. Think pushing into halls is going to be super important, but they counter ults.
Oh, that's a bit overkill, is it not? How does he still get one? The orbital strike, the Rolling Thunder, and Stellar still delivers.
Flash out.
They just have to cut their losses and go.
They're just countering everything at this point.
And it looks like 100 Thieves want to hunt. They want to chase.
Yeah. Distance is put between them, though. They can get up to tower. Not sure if... Oh, TenZ is actually going tree. Oh, toll. Still a lot of time as well.
Yeah.
And they just stop. Turret doesn't spot anything. They think he's still for a split push now. And this all honestly feels like the first time they haven't found where TenZ has posted up at the beginning of the round with this op on defense. And he might end up having an angle out of halls as long as Zekin and Def here can hold on for him.
Showstopper used by Zekin. They got two there! And it connects. Derek and Bang fall. Cryo does too. Is it going to be heroics from 100 Thieves again? Def understanding where the pressure's coming from. The spike is rotating through spawn. Back to B. Back to Pancada. Back to the Killjoy setup.
Destroyed.
And he's got a Bucky. Not the Bucky. Pancada patiently waiting until the right moment to strike, and it seems like it's Stellar who's going to be the first to challenge. Two angles to check, and the Bucky delivers.
Spike down B.
Austin is left in this 1v4, and he's nowhere near the spike either. Ultimately falls, and it's a 7-5. As it seems like they're very intent on pushing, on crunching. This time it's going to be on the southern side. Pancada does the same. He gets out, just like we saw Stellar do a few moments ago.
This is left to site. Actually, both sides open right now. 100 Thieves with the good understanding of which side they're actually going to continue pushing in with Asuna. Already getting the jump spot there.
Zekin just went so aggressive. Understanding that they're going to have to fight for this area of the map.
TenZ is with him. TenZ is with him.
Again, the duo, Zekin the first to fall. TenZ tucks tail, run away.
Talk about one-sided approach to the retake here. 100 Thieves has to barrel their way through halls. It's only Bang on the other side of the map.
TenZ clean for the first, finds cover, at least tries to, and the Cloudburst stays alive with 3 HP. I mean, there's nothing there, and he gets a second. Asuna finally stopping his antics. Cutting an end to it as Bang finds one too. The swing out from there is Bang with the second. 2v1 here, Def once again. Left alone in this, and Asuna cleans it up.
Huge. Retake again, relying on these late round situations. They'll get the defuse. And that's just everybody from Sentinels actually kind of over, or from Sentinels.
Once again, we're seeing aggression towards the southern side of the map.
This is crazy. I mean, this is not very standard for 100 Thieves, both on the meta side and also for them too. It has gotten them 2 orbs very early on the anti-eco, denied what Sentinels might have as one of their round win conditions. And they're actually holding both sides exactly like we just saw from the south side. This is completely unconventional, completely novel. Sentinels, you could see, like, are they on site? Like, what is actually going to happen here?
Yeah, they're just guessing.
This is crazy.
It's almost like a line has been drawn in the sand. Who goes first?
Sentinels just faked, and there's like not even anybody there to receive the fate. Like they could have just gotten on the site. The information that 100 Thieves is actually going to have towards B here is actually basically only going to be the spike plan. So that kind of hurts,
30
but
seconds left.
you don't really expect a full, I mean, on anti-eco, like 3 players, 4 players.
Yeah, but I think they have a really good idea. Asuna just used a second flash towards Dish, and once they saw that nothing popped, they started to cheat this way. So they're here. They weren't here in time to deny it, but they're close by.
I mean, for risk on anti-eco, this is huge. Yeah. I think even Second has a stun nade trained on this stairs push. It's not going to come out early.
Yikes.
Bulldog finding the first. This Cryo tries to go aggressive, but Tens gets 2 with the Sheriff. He gets got a third! Man, that guy's good. Bang trading it back though. Tens not able to find the 4th. There's Bang with 3 on the round. Can he find another? Yes, he can. 7-7.
Used to again the south side push.
3rd round in a row. This time, Pankata not able to get out in time.
This is not just, you know, an eco strat. This is not just a normal situation here. They're really relying on farming some ult orbs and then playing this weird south side setup.
Right here.
And I think Sentinels has recognized, okay, we understand what is going on here. I wouldn't be surprised as well for them to call a timeout and really discuss how this is going to plan out.
Seek them out.
I think this is where we see some of the value farming of those orbs. You've got the Seekers to attempt to retake. You've got the Orbital Strike to work with 2.
Enemy remaining.
Def just died out of tower.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate way to go. 10's left in this 1v3. He's stunned. It's got to half, and Cryo should be able to stick it. Yeah, 10's just going to try to save the weapon. And 100 Thieves takes the lead right back.
This is, you could see they were ready for this push. 10's deep box in spawn.
Expecting the aggression that did not come.
Yeah, Pankata's scared of that north side push again. Gonna walk in tree this time. A standard round for once. And it's all the guns up, so huge swing round.
Note again the blades from Tens as he tries to find high ground. And Sasuke's able to puck Cryo out. As they try to find another. Tens eventually does fall. Spike planted. And now how do they keep this? 100 Thieves with numbers advantage. Going to attempt to retake this, and they don't have any ults to work with. They do have a ton of utility in their name, though.
Oh, they're really focusing on trying to get Stellar a pick there. On to Second.
Oh, Zekin's timing here may be huge, but Stellar shows up at just the right instance.
Last
Now
player
Sassy trying to dance around the utility.
He's got no mollies.
No. He's got no teammates, too. He's able to stop it. He did get to half, but it's still a 1v3, yeah. The hope was momentary.
And that is going to be a pretty good credit to the coaching staff to come up with that one.
I mean, the true test is on how they adapt, how they adjust on the other side of a timeout. You're absolutely right. What can Sentinels do with this Rolling Thunder? What can they do with this Orbital Strike?
Good microwave on site. Not do that. And they heard the door, so you can see Second's following up that Rolling Thunder right now to try to find Cryo, but
Stellar's gone unchecked as well. He can just pop on the other side of the smoke, and they don't know that he's there. He delivers again.
Now, but he's not.
One enemy remaining.
Doesn't matter. Asuna too.
Spike down A.
Everybody combining. Info gained on Pankata as well. Last one in, over and over.
Yeah, I mean, the round's a wrap. First flawless comes through. 3-round lead.
Sand push. Asuna being able to contribute, and then Tens as well. Not really feeling the Rolling Thunder at all in his position. It's only 2 Vandals bought in. Zakin and Tens.
What can the mischievous duo do with that?
Right now, walking slowly towards the other side. Those are the big bros standing right next to each other. That setup intended to find any pick on Arcade. Nobody's walking up in that direction again. It's going to be over towards this B side. Pankata with the deep alarm bot. They're deciding right now. Do we go for the lockdown? on this eco, and it's gonna choose not to, but he is staying in underpass. If they get the site, which they do, once again, 100 Thieves is giving it up. They get into some trouble here. I'm looking at that north side push that's coming in right now. If they can actually find something, especially push 10s off, then all of a sudden they have the room to potentially break this from Pancada.
They've pushed him off, but he stays alive. Again, note, those are the two rifles. Eyes fall on them. On 10s, and he delivers again. He's gotten 2 on the round.
There's no way in. They have to fall back. They have to honestly save. That's crazy.
One enemy remaining.
That is crazy. The decision there from Sentinels. You could tell what was going on. Okay, are they going to leave this site again? Are they really going to do this when we have lockdown? No tools from Bang to be able to use that either. Austin just picks up the op and saves.
Thrifty.
Big response out from Sentinels. If the flash gets info, they're going to want to go. You can see they're waiting for it. The Trailblazer cleared, and there it is. The Rolling Thunder dropped in. They're going to rotate right into it. The reinforcements are coming. The Showstopper invested, and he gets a kill, but it traded right back. A 4v4 here on the round as there was so much setup. And just one body dropped on either side.
And they heard the rotation, I think, from Asuna. Falling back off of sand right now. That's why they're re-clearing in this space.
The explosive start comes to a screeching halt. Note here, Derek is the op. And he's still playing close by.
Saucy with the 2 smokes. He just marked where he's going to smoke, so Derek might be able to get shots over that if they go up on top of the site. But other than that, he's going to be locked out.
Oh, he sidesteps it! Not able to get the kill!
The movement there from 10s is just phenomenal.
Derek once again with the op. And Saucy manages to get away without taking a lick of damage.
Now they can
now they can save the orbital strike for post plant too.
He's got his molly as well. Pancada too.
Right there.
Flipping the script on 100 Thieves. They've got the post plant utility now. Wondering if Stellar can find a place to use this ult. I don't think he will.
Saucy waiting. Finger on the trigger. Waiting for the Q to go. Huge shot out from 10. There's an orbital strike. Stella has to dance around, has to try to stay alive. Not able to do so. And Def keeps it back. Sentinels get...
Pancada pressured again. And he realizes, okay, they're not really going for this north side push that hard. Whenever they flash, whenever they dog me off. So he's staying up there.
Note the op in the hands of Cryo here. If I'm not mistaken, the first time we'll see him wield that weapon. And it's all quiet on the attacking front for now.
Super quiet. I think Pancada recognizing, okay, there was not really any real pressure on me. Gives him the room to do plenty in this round. Flash and Halls gets info. Asuna now on notice. That might pull out some smokes from Bang.
You're absolutely right. There it is. 10's going forward.
He's actually not using. He's completely saving it for full retake. Stellar as well with his ult. They could use this preemptively even. 30 seconds left in the round. Remember, Saucy used his ult last round.
They should have gotten eyes on 10s there, and yeah, he's going to have to reposition. They're all going to funnel out of tower. 4 of them? That's insane, but that's exactly what they're trying to do. Trying to waterfall out of the high ground, and Sentinels doesn't give them an inch. Second with 2. I mean, look at the X's on the mini mark, man.
That they're all working on trying to get space for Stellar to get the big ult. Not the one in spawn. That leaves a lot of pockets. The one that's in sand allows a lot of Halls control at the same time, so they can't just sit back and play post plant. And it completely goes the opposite direction there. Sentinels felt like they kind of expected that fallout from them.
See if Derek's able to preserve the weapon. Cryo's blades, and again, it's going to be aggression from 100 Thieves as they want to fight. They want to create some space for Cryo to work. The Trailblazer paves the way, and there are 2 people coming across ropes. Once again, Sentinel showing that they're willing to take the fight, but Cryo punches him back. They've got the orbital strike too, and that's going to cut him off. It's Cryo, once again, trying to find elevation to find another kill.
Look at these retake mollies as well that Stellar has on tower. They could be full. confident. Nobody playing up close tower while they're all coming up through tree right now. Oh.
Huge positioning out from Stellar. He can find so much value, but every single bullet goes wide. What more can they do? Ten's dancing around the smokes, reestablishing presence in the space. And of course, he does pop the blades. And there they are first. Two more right around the corner, not able to find any of it. Can't find Kyla do it. He's got it down to a 1v1. The swing out is there, and Derek responds.
Holy moly. What a huge round from 100 Thieves, coming out strong again, with Crowd just pushing out the same spot that he normally is. Not playing super aggressively, but just trading util.
And 100 Thieves just back off.
Here.
100 Thieves happy to get a nade out, get a stun out that early. Just by feinting, just by pressuring a little bit. But this is a full XX, so they've got to be getting a molly down. They've got to be getting this aftershock in. They won't. He's actually out in the open.
Dude, when you have Tens and Zekin both just running at you on the other side of a cloudburst and a fault line, what do you do?
They've got the breach ult off of that kill too.
And it's pushing into spawn. I mean, they're just so decisive in their plays. They're so confident in how they want to play this out. 100 Thieves left with 3 in the round, and the spike ticking away. Austin is going to have to push his way forward. Time not on their side.
That's a miss. 2 missed mollies, actually.
Austin not able to deliver. 4v2 now in favor of Sentinels, and that might have been the cue to just cut losses and go. Save the odd, save the Bulldog. Doesn't mean you can see it. They don't have much as far as money goes.
Now, Austin and Derek can scrape together something, but Bang is definitely hurting for economy. They're chasing, though, trying to find this op. This is only a Bulldog from Stellar. If anything here, you want to come out with Stellar going down.
Oh, this may be a problem.
What's he playing at? I mean, it's just completely a gamble here from 100 Thieves, and Sentinels might have just taken the bait. Austin has flashed through drop.
100 Thieves are here. They've got many close by. And it's going to be difficult to deal with, but Austin with 2 bangs, one of his own.
Down A.
Again, the gun difference here should be the equalizer.
Did he get anything? No, he didn't even get a Vandal. Look at this fast from Derek, though. He's going to get up close. The information given from Austin dropping back right there. I thought for sure they were both going to try to head off the arcade flank, but Sentinels makes the call to fall back into this. And unfortunately, without gathering a weapon there, you don't give them too much chances.
Right. I mean, that was such an instrumental part in being able to secure this round, and it's obviously far from done. But that certainly would have helped things. 40 seconds left in the round. Sentinels now establishing presence and control on A. Gonna get the spike down as well. Here momentarily, and 100 Thieves none the wiser.
They even gave Saucy the spike there, transferred it over.
Note here, Saucy has no armor.
I like this from 100 Thieves. The spike, the thing is, it's taking so long to go north side, but they're both going to be able to recover guns. Those were not thrown off the side.
That could be the difference maker here. Austin is a little weak, but Saucy is too.
Saucy's got a molly, though. They've got a molly on the spike as well already from Tankata. They got to pick this up.
They've got to go, and they've got to go fast. Derek has a bit of utility to work with. Saucy now stunned up, 72 HP. Time ticking, and they don't know he's there. They never cleared him. Saucy gets 3. Sentinels take the lead back.
The Brazilian duo.
How do they respond? They have Derek's ult to work with too. No cheeky south side pinches. Nothing aggressive. But look at Cryo creep. The flash.
This looks like Saucy's pinched right now, but there's a great smoke from Tens to get him out. But get him out where? Inside of drop here? Yes, they have 2 players in halls. Yes, they can go for an A pinch. But Stellar's up here. He's going to follow up on the dash.
He's swinging. He's looking for it, and he finds one through the smoke. The Rolling Thunder now invested. Spike push back. And I don't know that they can really rotate out. With a minute left in the round, their options are to go back towards A or push into the op from Cryo.
Oh! It's a missed shot! And he thinks the rotate's coming in too. He's falling completely off. He's not going to be here in time at all to hold on to this. Sentinels with the game in their grasp.
And again, the silence on the map, deafening, is neither team willing to make a sound. 30 seconds left in the round 2. All the onus is on Sentinels here to make a move.
30 seconds left.
And there it is. They wait for the fault line. The smokes are out. Second, the first to dash, and Derek glad to respond. But the spam leaves them worse for wear. But Bank's playing on the other side of the smoke. You'd never expect that. They're traded back and forth yet again. Spike does go down. Once again, Cryo still has that up.
Spike planted.
A miss early on, but can he deliver the second time around?
Asuna already opening the door, pulls Pancata off, so it's the Brazilian duo again to hold on to this game.
Sasi's in a tough spot here, and he's depending on the timing of the swing, he is going to get some help. Flash is going to get some info, but they still don't go. They're still patient, and they don't have any more utility to work with. Sasi's able to get the first. King Cryo clutch it out! No, he cannot! Sasi with 3 and Sentinels with map 1.
Those two to close it out in that fashion.
Look at that 5 stack. Using the cage to get across, establish some heaven control. It's going to be a whole lot of pressure on Pancata.
Wall off ropes already, too. Barreling through onto the site. Mentioned pressure on Pancata, he's just off the site.
Yeah.
But 100 Thieves has gained so much. It's not just the inside, it's not just this plant. They've got a heaven plant, and they've also got so much room up here in tower.
And it's just going to be so miserable to try to clear it out. I think Crowd has to be really big here to provide some cover for his team. And he does get one. Sasi dancing just on the other side of the wall. Trades it right back.
They've got to keep the pace up, though, because this post plan is so hard from 100 Thieves.
Oh, and look at Cryo. Cheeky little spot. Will he be cleared? I don't know that he will. Oh, he will. Oh, gosh. Goomba stomps him all the way to the round. Asuna trading it back. 1v2.
F's got a grab well also on the spike.
1 enemy remaining.
He's gotten it to a 1v1, but there's just not enough time, I don't think. Yeah.
Not even close. Bren was just talking about how we have Def going back to the controller on this side, on the side of Sentinels, and then not much on the side of Sentinels. Just a sheriff from Sasi. And they did get actually a Trailblazer from Zekin. See how they choose to use that, if they will, or if he's just buying it for future and maybe can use it in this round if they actually want to go for something.
Okay, looked like it was just a little late, but it is going to push him off. Now Austin is stuck in the gravity well himself. Tens, procs the dash. I thought he was going to be patient, but it's actually Zekin who's just beneath too. Again, you see that duo setup so effective, but Cryo able to trade it back out.
Oh my god.
No shot.
Player standing.
He's going to get cleared from Stellar here, actually putting his trip out.
That could have been cool. But either way, 100 Thieves able to get the second.
Decision making from. Ooh. It ducked back under sewers to dodge the flash there. And Asuna just pokes his head into it anyways.
Really cool setup. Again, 100 Thieves using the cage as cover. Bang staying behind, provides some util, the wall goes up, Second able to drop Asuna. How much more can he find? A second spam through as Bang falls. Cryo, the sprays ultimately lands. Better late than never. Because it's a 4v3 here in favor of Sentinels.
Sasi worried about them dropping down after he breaks the wall on them, so.
Yeah, this is such a weird spot for 100 Thieves to be in because they have heaven control and they're starting to clear out some ropes, but they don't have A. They can't easily funnel out because you've got Pancata who's still there.
And he did refuel his orb too, so coming out through main here is going to be very difficult.
I mean, they've almost got him boxed in. What do they do from here?
Pancata's really worried about somebody getting through death into screens there, so he's putting himself in a position that makes it really tough.
30 seconds left.
Opts to take that fight. Site control is theirs. You've got Stellar in a cheeky little position. Spike still not planted. They're being patient. The gravity well may have Derek in trouble. Tens from the top, up in heaven. Not able to find anything. They delay to try to establish control, and it's just not enough.
I need to stop.
That's a big round from, with some mid presence shown and then actually falling over into B.
We haven't seen a lot here. Tens and Def both close by. Gravity well on Tens being patient here, not taking the bait, not choosing to swing out.
Now they've got this res up. They can go for a lot more greedy picks.
right.
Not Ten's this side, but he goes for it anyways.
Kill my ally.
There's the res. And Ten's ultimately falls. Stassi able to trade one out through the smoke.
After all that, though, not so much space gained from 100 Thieves. In fact, they've used their wall, and it's been a pivotal part of every single hit that they've had so far.
Try to establish some mid control while the spike remains in garage.
That wall went up late in the round, too, so...
Yeah. It'll be there for some. You see the pre-fire. Zekin has to back up.
Ooh. Risky business there from Zekin, too. There could have been a player up on top of ramps. Oh, cryo. And Derek gonna work out a B main.
But you mentioned the wall from earlier, not there anymore, so they have to be a bit more cautious, a bit more trepidatious on how they decide to go about this. Sassi's able to hold the line with 3-4 on the round. No idea that the ace was just around the corner. Ultimately, his punish. Bang swings out and falls. We're tied at 2.
Go for it.
Full mid control established by 100 Thieves, and you take a look at their guns very quickly. It's 2 stingers and pistols. You mentioned too, you see that far back wall from Stassi. That's so much, it's going to be very difficult to deal with. It seems like they've pinged it out, so they have a good idea of where it is. But you have to get so far up just to have knowledge, just to have info that the wall's there to begin with.
Well, one thing with how far back it is sometimes you don't really have to deal with it, right? You get ropes control and you're happy to go towards A.
Yeah, you choose to go elsewhere.
If you want to be hitting this B side, you do have to, especially if you're not going to be able to get out of B main with a raw execute.
But you see the meticulous mannerisms from 100 Thieves. They go up, they clear the wall out just to provide doubt, just to give the slightest hint of possibility that that's where they want to end up. But of course, they go the unconventional way. They don't go into mail, they don't go through ropes, they go through sewers.
And you've got 3 players here. So once again, Sentinels coming up with some good reads. Pancada's
30 seconds left.
still got his orb down on the bottom of A main, which does give them room to kind of walk out into this position where Zekin is on top of right now, but also gives the way for him to pivot.
How the heck is he still alive? Surely they know where he is now, but he's got help! The cavalry has arrived!
That orb is just so good from Pancada.
10 seconds left.
Derek clean with it for the first. That's all it's going to be. Sentinels take the lead back.
So if they can recognize that, then maybe there's room to really start to punish that raw and really start to split on this map.
Wisdom out of 100 Thieves to open the round. That's slower, right? Where Dens is peeking, and what a shot from Cryo.
And he's got to continue to come alive. Fracture definitely was a little rough for him in his first bout against Tens ever.
Your duty is not over.
If they get him back up, they give up the space. Remember how this was happening on Fracture over and over.
They know there are at least 2 on that side. You hear the showstopper used, the Cosmic Divide also through, as Asuna has fully cleared the site.
Pancada's out behind the wall too.
This could be troublesome.
Down A.
But Tens finds one with the op. The Cosmic Divide tried keeping him back, but they've cleared past it at this point. It's just 2 left on the side of 100 Thieves, and Asuna and Stellar. And the spike is in heaven. I mean, they can fully surround it. They've got smokes, they've got walls, they have personnel, they have everything. It's Secret Service for this thing. This just seems so impossible.
I mean, it is. There's still more utility here from Sentinels. There's none for 100 Thieves. I mean, even getting the op here is just enough.
1 enemy remaining.
Interesting here that they choose to continue to fight for this. Tens gets 2 with the op at the end, and the economy for 100 Thieves is bad.
And nobody's able to clear Zek in there either. It's the orb in mid this time. Yeah, they swapped it over. And I think it's a perfect time to do this. It should be when 100 Thieves starts to really understand, okay, that mid orb's not there. We have more free space. They just went through ropes. So Pancada's switching it up.
3 stingers here on the attacking side as well. Oh, try turning the flash. He has really no choice but to sit and wait, pray, and hope that he does not get cleared, and he does.
I turned it like it was a KO flash. Like instant pop, but no. Actually delayed that.
Just enough.
Derek is throwing that all the way up into where it will clear a little bit of ropes too, so that's why it was delayed a little bit. And So they get a phantom off of that, but still with 50 seconds breaking this wall now, that's giving up the info. Tens is here on that site.
Yeah, and Stellar's back in spawn. Concerned that they've pushed in through garage. He's got to be more cautious about how he goes about this. It looks like they're going to end up being. It's going to be into the hop of Tens, as you mentioned. A deep wall here to cut off any rotations. You're going to try to satchel out. The first op shot misses as Tens repositions. And they've managed to get the spike down. The thing is here, like, oh, they're going to have to clear out that wall, which they do. Seekers traded in kind.
They got the information about the player in Mel, though.
Austin are playing down low. Tens, they just swarm him, they overwhelm him, and they drop him. What can Def find from up in heaven? 4v3 here. Derek has been the one who picked up the op. Stinger sings again as Bang finds another. There's Austin with the kill. It's all on to second, and he's not going to be able to pull it off. A thrifty round for Sentinels as they take the lead.
Not comfortable in that ropes position. Him losing early that fight gave them way too much room.
Top in the middle of the map this time around while 100 Thieves test the waters A.
That cage missed from Stellar.
Yeah.
So they actually have full information about what cross right now. Pancada's just looking at it.
And I don't know that the Trailblazer saw him there.
I think it definitely spotted Tens in that corner.
Spike dropped.
I think almost for sure. So Derek's actually backing up and gonna flash back into mid. Feints that they're still pushing up into male. And walk back over towards A. Again, another cage coming through. This time it hits.
Yeah. Zek and Pekka both close by.
I mean, everybody's rotating, actually. Sentinels has got the read. I think they just re-walled mid. Sausage just used it after that flash came through from Derek.
And because of that, they have confidence to invest their resources on this side of the map. If they go back up to heaven, it's all going to be on the op, but the cage, the camera was so good to break crosshair. Now the Cosmic Divine, Sausage waiting on the other side, and they flood through.
30 seconds left.
Once again, not able to hold the line.
Blinded.
Good flash from Zek, and they're actually potentially going through B. They have barely enough time here. Def's hiding behind his astral. It's gonna fall. He hears them right now.
He's got to get a lot. He's just got to provide time. He's just got to buy just enough time to keep them back. Wise to it. Playing the clock. Gets one. Is that going to be enough? No, the spike should be able to get planted. Derek, what shot was that? What?
Specifically. There are tools, 400 Thieves to get through this. They're even dogging fast. Austin's getting right up in it. But the slow combo as well. He's pushed out of this maybe with this nade.
I mean, they just bully him through.
Oh, Austin's so low. The K is bringing him all the way down to 1 HP. Can he get through into Mel?
He's got a little bit of help here, and then you saw Saucy drops the wall on the other side of it, is able to get up top, get a kill onto Cryo.
I mean, they've broken through the ults.
There.
But so many of the players are low right now. If they can, I mean, they're kind of pinched and isolated from the rest of their team right now.
Under the veil.
Pancada, oh my goodness.
Whoa. He finds one in the spray on the second. I mean, the pit ended up being insane. We thought he was just going to get bullied right out of it, but he's able to dance in and out of it long enough to keep it up and gets 2 kills in it.
Yeah, the counter utility out from both sides there. The nade going into ropes, pushing Pancada down. He's scared to go back up the rope. The slow from Saucy to actually delay them so that he can't do that.
Very well done by Sentinels.
In those Viper ults. And we do switch, again, I'm really fascinated how Pancada's deciding to switch his orbs over and over and over. It's like there's 2 gears to the double controller setup that Sentinels is playing. And for good reason, 100 Thieves trying to abuse this mid. It's just not happening.
Oh, it's just so hard. You've got the wall and then the orb, and then once that's out, you've got an astral smoke you have to deal with.
What is this wall here from 100 Thieves? It's actually walling them from getting into the site. They have to go around the pillar.
They're intentionally wanting to take this fight. But the thing is, they're going to have to deal with spawn, too. The first one good, the second traded right back.
Spike down B.
And the thing is, timing on heaven is going to be everything here.
Spike's falling in the open right now underneath heaven. And that smoke faded on top heaven as well, so there's room here from Zekin.
Just a warning shot.
You are divided.
Now the Cosmic Divide, but you still got... You saw Austin on the other side, yeah!
Last player standing.
100 Thieves with an excellent response. And again, an unconventional approach.
Just considering it.
Dude, you can tell 100 Thieves, they have come into this series.
100 Thieves is definitely on display at lock-in as well with the Omen on Icebox. So many of these ridiculous shot from 10s. There is the res from Cryo, so this isn't that big of a deal. But it does allow 10s to kind of reposition. Trailblazer doesn't spot him, but they don't know now. So with the control that actually Zekken has on top of ramp as well, the fact that these cages haven't been popped from from Stellar, excuse me. Awesome to continue to roam around, see where he can get a free pick.
Cage
I've got your trail.
Zekken hears all of that right now. He heard both of those players running up. So I think he's kind of should be aware, but no, he's falling all the way back. The rotate has been called.
Dude, they're
Great
taking the
fake.
bait. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Asuna uses the showstopper to get on site. The wall goes up. And they, I mean, they have full control.
Yeah, but look at Stellar as well. He's not done with this A hit. What?
Def is.
How does that kill him? He's on stairs. What?
Derek spotted too by the Trailblazer. Has to back up a bit. But you have to, I mean, you can't just forget about him there.
I mean, Asuna, or Derek as well is, yeah, you're right. In that, Stellar too, they've got a double flank on this.
Yeah, you've got to.
Oh, wait, they're losing players on site like flies.
They're still gonna have to turn around and deal with Derek. They can't forget about him there. And it's actually Tens who's able to keep him back to hold the line. 3 on the round. Stellar, the last one up.
It's not even really planned for him, and now Tens knows.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw 2 big possible win conditions there, and neither of them come to fruition. And both things was that we've actually had Zekken and Pekata trying to hold ramp.
Dude, they're just full clearing. They're just fully going here.
I mean, we've seen this before. The wall over towards ropes. Full clearing to heaven. Tens is here, though.
Got the op still. He's hit some nasty flicks so far. Can he find another? The first peak, Cryo falls. And now the blade's online, but Stella plucks him out of the sky. 4v3 here, Asuna weak. Saucy waiting. He's tucked away. And that wall almost hurts him at this point.
Oh, that saw him for sure. Can he get out? It's the next question. The next step.
Yeah.
He does. Maintains the 4v3.
There's nothing but time to suggest that they would have rotated off, and with the jumping and everything like that, you can hear there's still presence on A. But even with that, Def being patient, rotating away, Saucy gets the first onto Stellar. Now the wall's been cleared, they can flip over, and Saucy's, or Def, excuse me, is ahead of the play if that's what they end up doing. They're just so heavily outnumbered.
Last player standing.
Yeah,
Spike
Asuna
down
falls.
A. 30
These
seconds
1v1s that are
left.
happening are all going Sentinel's way, so clean to finish this out. Bring back up 10s to make it a 5v1.
Like it wasn't hard enough already. Yeah. An attempt was made, a noble one at that, but just so difficult, even on the outside of the timeout.
He could be a beast. He's that guy who could take over. It's been a long time, though, with the flexibility that the prior roster had.
Yeah, be careful here on how they choose to play this. If they try to wall up with him, oh no, he's backed up.
They're doing
They've
it.
left Cryo alone. I thought he was going to have help, but he's going to be overwhelmed.
Derek in the back line, though, is able to trade that. He's actually watching for that as well.
Here.
I thought he was going to stay close, but you're right. Plays behind the box,
Obscuring
able to get the kill and then stay alive.
And none of that control up in A Heaven taking it all. You can see this is classic X-Set. This is classic Def calling here with the wall covering up deep in towards Heaven.
Really intended to allow you to burst out onto the site. Not as defaulty as the diagonal one. We'll see if that one makes an appearance, but for now, just a slight pause, momentary, but a pause nonetheless. As Sentinels wait for utility to come back up and decide how they want to play the rest of this round.
Can't use this yet. Healing.
30 seconds left.
All that waiting for the heal to come back up has actually lost so much time right now.
Yeah.
Creeping up in Heaven.
It's silent. You can tell 100 Thieves don't believe that there's been a rotation. They're just able to stay here.
Look at the flank coming in from Stellar, though. 15 seconds. They should be able to get on site. I'm looking at Pankata. If he goes down, that's a major loss.
right, Stellar's timing here is everything. He's tucked behind the wall.
No, no.
Oh dear, oh dear. The spike planted just in the nick of time. Pakala not able to find another.
But they did have to spend that time clearing him. You've actually gotten Def all the way up in towards screens there.
Asuna weep. Saucy and Def trying to keep this round up. Saucy creeping around. Oh my gosh, Asuna lands a shot. He had 50 HP and he gets both.
I mean, you heard it from the man himself, the owner. 100 Thieves said, usually we're pretty good on pistols, and that's a clean one. I love how they actually have it.
Couple of early shots fired off. The nade's gonna push him back. And just like that, garage control established. And even if they give it up, now it's on Sentinels to have to reinvest utility to clear that space. And it's not like they have a ton to begin with on this broken buy. This is actually so well played from 100 Thieves because there's the utility to clear out garage. Then you have a wall now you're gonna have to deal with too.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so hard to split into B.
I mean, you saw the creativeness that they handled the anti-ecos with on Fracture. Here it's just solid play all through.
Pulling them in.
Spike's not even on this side right now. Sentinel's just looking for picks.
Crowd seeing if the gravity well caught anyone. Wise to the fact that there's one close by. Bang gets 2 on the round. Cleans things up. And they are, it does look like they're going to be able to end up B. They have 2 sheriffs. First flash through. The second falling, and the spike is pretty far behind.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, Banka's got to have so many angles to clear as soon as he pops out of the smoke, assuming that's what he
30
chooses to
seconds
do.
left.
A couple seconds still left on it. Yeah. That's tough. Good reposition from Asuna there. Zuckin had an opportunity there. When he
It's actually really impressive, you're right, that they've gotten to this point, not just because of compositions or everything, but at halftime, there wasn't a single member on the side of 100 Thieves who had more kills than deaths. For them to be in this fight is a testament to how well they've played the map, how well they've played individual situations.
Oh, Cryo is so concerned right now about players coming in through ropes because of that early B aggression that 100 Thieves went for. And he's gonna have to wall off top of ramp because of it.
Cage trigger.
So many trips. Yeah, you hit the first. There's a second one.
Oh, that nade! Is there graph on though?
Oh, look at Tens. Cheeky spot. Gets up top. I don't think they're expecting him there.
Spike
There's an
down
ult here,
A.
gonna clear out the other position. Asuna goes for another one.
4v2 here. 100 Thieves still okay here. They're still cozy. They still have control of the round. And Pagao with way too much to do.
Here. Right there.
You're using it when you know where the players are coming from. Good denial there from Sentinels. On this eco, they shouldn't have that much utility, but they are able to use a slow and a stun. But 100 Thieves responds and pushes them back.
And gets the orb. Another one for Asuna.
You talk about, like, on rounds like this, when the economy is different on both sides, when it's very low buy for Sentinels, any forced utility out from them is hurting. You don't have as many resources as the full buy on 100 Thieves. Well, speaking of that, they've actually invested quite a lot of utility. Zekin still has his Trailblazer, 2 flashes. The thing that's missing here is actually stars from Def. Wondering if they're recalled cycled right now.
Camera cleared out. Stellar waiting close by. Reinforcements and backup by the name of Stellar, or Derek, excuse me. He's just waiting, and he hears all of that. But he's patient. The leader of 100 Thieves, playing this so well.
30 seconds
Def falls,
left.
and he doesn't even swing the gravity well. Again, patience out of Stellar. Now he swings out, he's able to get one. The spike falls, but
Updrafted.
I mean, those sheriff from Sentinels keep things close. It's a 3v3 here. 13 seconds left, and the spike is just now making its way out onto the side. You've got Tenzu's trying to push the pace, continue to press the matter. Are they gonna have time to get it down?
Blocking sight.
Yep.
Is there anything to interrupt?
Enemy remaining.
Oh, how have they gotten into this? It's a 1v1. Saucy's weak, and he lands that shot! And that gets us at 8 apiece.
And Sentinels have full shifted towards that more diagonal wall that you were pointing out was a possibility. so they can threaten these lurks. Right away, you see 100 Thieves trying to get a camera up above this wall and re-clearing so much, bringing the heat towards Pancada. He gets stunned. Oh!
They're going hunting. This is a dangerous game you're playing. You don't know if anyone else is there, but they commit to it anyway, and they're rewarded for their pursuits. Oh, that's gonna spot so much! Holy smokes, Austin against 2, not able to get the third, but the damage has been done. You still haven't cleared out Bang on side either.
But these Seekers are actually trolling right now. Tens almost got all the way up in spawn. They were so confused about where he was coming from.
Oh, but I mean, look at where the spike just died. How does Saucy get through that? The transfer not able to secure the second. 100 Thieves take the lead back.
Control on the top of the ramp. They've swapped the wall over towards B instead. And the orb as well.
Cheeky wall, but look at how much mid control 100 Thieves have.
No, he's gonna up. Oh. Thing is, he's not ever gonna be able to actually challenge Derek there fast enough.
Yeah.
Because he's all the way behind that wall.
Just not enough there. 10 swings out.
Slow in the satchel as well, keeping them way far back. They can't even cross up to take the fight towards Derek.
Pancada's on an island here too. I don't know how they're gonna do this.
I think right now with the Reds coming in, with the wall going in as well, they just invested their Astral Wall as well. 100 Thieves fully thinks that this is going to be an A hit, and it might very well be, but look at Pancada all the way on the other side of the map.
Bang is waiting for it though. Slowly creeping away. The timing on that's gonna be huge. Meanwhile, Sentinels find 2 massive kills on the site. Now Seekers to work with 2. They're gonna go back deep.
Oh wait, look at this smoke here from Bang.
Well, the wall's gone. This is big. 2 massive kills from Sentinels again.
Just ripped them apart. Both of these rounds where the pivot is coming in through spawn to B from either of these teams has worked out. And we're staying stuck to each other. 9-9 as Stellar falls. Identical in the closeness from Fracture.
On the mini-map. There's no intention of that, at least yet.
It's interesting that no util thrown back from 100 Thieves there. When there was that slow last time, there was a slow on the other side too. And a smoke trying to hold on to B main.
I have this spike.
So we got the double wall out. All on the Stellar right here. He's got the bucket of the smoke.
Now they know what's waiting on the other side. The gravity well there, and you see Tench try to get aggressive and take some space, but it is the Bucky and the showstopper from Asuna. They're still trying to dance around the walls that they've set for themselves. Second establishing some heavy control, but there are so many members on the other side. Asuna with 3. Saucy once again left to be a hero. Much more difficult situation here. 37 HP. The spam through, clip running dry, and he's surrounded. Done and dusted. A thrifty round win for 100 Thieves as they take.
Oh, slow missed. They're just chasing him down.
They still want to go.
And we've seen this before. Pancada last time had to fall through sewers, and that's what ultimately costed him. This time he falls much deeper.
Yeah, this defensive aggression is becoming a trademark of 100 Thieves. Again, we saw it on Fracture a ton. We see it now here on Split.
I think especially when you see Asuna on Raze, that is part of his comfort. All right, playing aggressive.
Yeah, Asuna go kill.
Using his movement to his advantage. Using the hectic situations and his shaky aim. Which is a trademark of his that makes it look so good. Honestly, the story on this game has shifted from Cryo versus Tens to Asuna leading the way. He was top fragging on Fracture as well. And waiting here, close to this trip, ready to pounce on A side. Saucy with a wall. He might be very crucial to a spawn pinch. Oh, he made
30
noise.
seconds left.
They're gonna go anyway. Pancada close by. He has the Viper's pit too. But they don't clear Derek. They still haven't cleared Derek. Austin is able to find 2. The nade there, I mean, he doesn't have to do a thing because his teammates around him are cleaning things up. But if they get past the defenses, you should be able to find so much value. Always spotted by Def.
12 seconds. Asuna can stop the cross. Oh,
not able to do so. Not able to find the second. And Zekin wins him out. Now the Rez brings him back. 5 HP for Zekin. And Saucy gets 3. Asuna not able to do it. The 4th for him. As we're tied at 10. Note here, Austin at 1 point away from the showstopper too.
He's already gotten, what, 2 on this half?
I believe so, yeah.
Each time he's getting a kill. It's a stark difference from Cryo's Raze at lock-in where there was like not a single showstopper kill.
It's interesting here. I wondered if they would try to set up Austin to get this orb. And I thought they'd do it quickly, but...
Late round is fine too.
Yeah.
In fact, it's even harder to really anticipate how it's going to be used. Now you're panicking and thinking, okay, how do we do this? The answer's good here from Sentinels. Go fast back towards A. We know Austin's on the other side of the map.
No more.
Yeah, but he's running over there as well. Timing here is going to be big. Pankata not able to find anything. And there it is. The showstopper, the smoke right there! Tenj tries dashing away, not able to do so.
Orb up. He's gonna get one. If he gets 1 kill or picks up this orb, he can go for the res and they can go for the hit still. I wonder if 100 Thieves has considered this.
I mean, they're just so surrounded here. It's just Stellar by
30
himself.
seconds
Look where
left.
the rest of 100 Thieves are.
There it is. There it is. He has the spike though, so they wanted to plant as well. He doesn't really have the room right now.
Yeah, do you get the spike down? Do you bring a teammate back?
And that wall is not going to be actually able to be used for him to get off site. This res is not going to be used. It's not a factor.
Second has to find a lot here. Flash soaring by. The spam through and he lands one on Austin. It gets away, preserves his life. Dueling flashes and Derek wins that one out. Now a 3v2 here. Both remaining members of Sentinels on the side trying to hold the line, and Def. The flank is clean, but Cryos is cleaner.
It has become the battle of sages here, Cryo. 2 kills, 2 massive kills. 100 Thieves maintain the lead. This is where it all went.
Poison orb emitting.
Pankata hasn't found a way to find this Viper's Pit. You mentioned it last round. He's had it for like 3 now. Last time he got picked off early, and you can see he's not interested on threatening this lurk anymore. 100 Thieves has had full control of that ability. Tent is known to walk through slows. I mean, I could definitely see it coming.
Oh, that nade's gonna be good. That's gonna hurt, man. Healed up though. As the second slow delays things longer.
Derek just threw a flash all the way up towards top ramp, clearing that space. So they're not really concerned about a super flank from Pankata. But this late wall from Cryo right now. They're considering walling up and instead gonna go for breaking it. And remember, you've gotten 2 slows out already. You've gotten the nade out, so they're happy to continue to push this.
Asuna just satcheled back over to be as quickly as he could. He's now on the scene. And can he find the value? No! It was just rushing to his death. 5v3 here, first Sentinels. The flash in the face of Cryo. Not able to find any value. Saucy with the plant.
What a dash for Tens to find that second kill there. 5v3, and they're still not even investing this pit.
Welcome
There it
to
comes.
my world.
Little did they know there was no attempt, or there was really no intention for 100 Thieves to try to retake anyway.
You're
They
right.
had caught for the save moments before he had invested it.
With no sound being called right now at all. I wonder if they start chasing. The more time goes off, the more likely all these guns are going to be saved. And it's going to be such a difference. I mean, we saw in Fracture how much that hurt when 100 Thieves lost all these weapons. Lost them the game. We're in identical scenarios. There's no chasing here. So 3 weapons this time. 100 Thieves has 2 rounds to play with the economy.
Same Viper setup we've seen the last few rounds. The orb, the wall, and the threat, really. Now note, in the last round, Derek invested almost all of his utility in making sure that there was no push-up, and there we just saw a flash from him again.
The reclearing mid from 100 Thieves, dogging through. Let's see what Def finds.
Do they take space? Do they follow the dog?
I mean, they're peeking it. Sentinel's still not making any noise. They've got an Astral here that could definitely get them on site. I mean, all grouped up here. Def's gonna send it.
You are divided.
Stun, the dash,
The nade missed.
Trailblazer.
The nade was in the slow that could have caught
spike.
3 people, but it missed.
Tens, how cheeky do you get here, gorgeous?
Great flash for him too.
And you can tell the synergy between those two is just so on point right now.
Blinded.
Saucy finding one too. Dude, these 2 duos of Sentinels, they're terrifying. That was a little scary too. Turns out Derek can do a bit of his own. Second on the swing. He's just spammed open. He gets a second. Derek's so weak here.
Found one. Here.
I mean, what do you do? Nothing. Nothing you can do.
Second just
And the buy for 100 Thieves is not great.
This is not great for 100 Thieves. They almost delayed the inevitable by saving those weapons. At least they got a Bulldog. At least they got one Vandal. Still have the res, and the ults are cascading for Sentinels over and over. They just have one that's going to be so huge.
I've got your trail.
Yeah. The thing is, they just have to survive one round.
Concealment.
And all of that resets. Meanwhile, Sentinels looking to put him away right now. What can Derek do to hold the line? You've got Bane close by, but he's been stunned. He needs help.
This is long range.
Is he going to provide? Is he going to survive? He does! The Stinger finds value. Derek's close by, but can Sentinel snatch around back? 3v2, the Blades looking for a target, looking for value, and it's down low. The second almost falls, but it's no good. Overtime on the call. Both teams settling in. You see the satchel over the gravity well, and he still gets a kill on the 10s. Hey, that's Austin on Raze, yeah. You see why?
It's very nice to watch. They're going to re-clear, though. They're going to re-clear and find him. He's gone out of the equation. Heals back up as well. By a second, look at the push from Def. Stellar looks like he kind of understands that it's a possibility. But it's crazy, too, because he should be the B anchor. They've walled him over. He's walking into Def!
Def! He finds nothing. And now the wall cleared out. The threat of pushing through mail back on the table. But it's all going to be a hit onto B. Derek lagging behind just a little bit, and you imagine he's going to push in through heaven. Meanwhile, the rest of his team funnels out of garage. Zekin trying to hold the line. One traded back for another. Can Saucy find any value? Can he find the timing? He's creeping forward. He's got it. But Cryo now wise to it.
30 seconds left.
And Derek, again, in heaven. But Saucy's in heaven as well. Can Pankala get this 1v2? That Molly should connect.
Spike planted.
Yeah, Bang takes some damage, but the spike's still planted. Pankala playing up top in heaven. They're swinging both at the same time, and oh my gosh!
100 Thieves, even though this has been a very close series.
Interesting here. The orb's going to land on the other side of the stage wall.
Oh my goodness.
And look at that cam.
Spots him, but Austin is taking a fight to him.
It's there. Yep. Man, that's good.
That's what I was saying. The team play really coming into fruition there. 3 players involved in that one. Stellar spotting him on the feet. Derek flashing for Austin, getting up close, and 10's just left with nothing after the initial push from him to get up there. They broke the wall earlier, so they don't have to spend any sort of information or give up any information.
No, the one thing they've given up here is time. 50 seconds left on the round. Austin with a big nade. I mean, that's all right in front of them.
They're gonna creep through. 40 seconds.
They don't have a choice, and also could just spam into the smoke, yeah.
3v5 to hold on.
Interesting wall.
Oh, Bang got up.
They still have some presence backside, though. Cryo hasn't been cleared. And with 30 seconds left, I don't know that there's enough time to flip the map. That's clean, and now Showstopper online from Austin to 3 kills on the round. Pankala trying to find something, and he does onto Stellar. Just Zekin and Pankala left.
Haven't cleared sight yet.
To try to get us to another one, and I don't know that they'll be able to. Zekin gets one, but that's all it's going to be. 14-12 in favor of 100 Thieves. We're going the distance, Balla.
All 3 maps in what is sure. Some differences.
Early bit of util traded by both sides. Cryo, worse for wear. Comes out of that a little battered, a little tattered. We'll see how they choose to play around this Viper utility that we were just talking about. An early wall towards B.
Yep, this is one of the key tenets of what this was actually being used for. Cryo's gonna go with a flash, and Def is full blind on that hit.
I mean, that would have been really cool if it worked. Meanwhile, the spike is still over towards A. So, I mean, yes, you don't get a kill, but you do draw some of the pressure over from the aggressive hit. But now they've gotten on A.
52 HP there from Stellar. Nice shot from Tens. They get both initial picks, which was a complete difference on split as well.
Hey, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know that. Well, I won't say it. I don't want to jinx him. I don't want to jinx him. Stellar and Bang, the two that remain, and they get cleaned up. I want to say that's the first pistol.
Yeah,
Sentinels win. Yeah, that's huge.
First pistol for Sentinels here.
See, but I am learning the power and the curse. You saw I hesitated. I'm like, nah, let's not.
Deft with 4K there. After that. Threatening this one way. Some pressure applied here to 100 Thieves early. No wall used yet for Stellar.
Oh, they may check this anyway. Yeah, they both jump out. And they survive.
Doing a great job here. Just holding them back, understanding what's coming. Def is actually going to give up that nade angle, though. All he was using it was in case they go for a fast push after the first contact was held.
Quick note here, 3 Bulldogs for Sentinels. And again, just patience out from 100 Thieves.
Oh, this wall allows them to kind of walk up on the right side of the map. Really apply pressure to Saucy, but he could fall back too.
That flash over the top was really nice as well. Saucy, there's a pressure that you mentioned, and well...
Spike down A.
The shots from the Bulldog are clean.
What a spray transfer.
And then Tens obviously getting 2 with the Sheriff certainly helps things. A flawless round out from Sentinels. They don't just win the pistol, they win the second as well.
10. Right here. Throughout the series so far, it is absurd.
Cheeky here, they were able to get an alarm bot down just on the other side of the wall. And Tens tried.
See his reaction
there.
too.
Yeah.
Surprised at that shot at all. Love the drone going up there as well, trying to catch Pancata. Bangs the first guy out.
Your entry omen, of course. Depp trades it out though. 4v3 here, still in favor of 100 Thieves. They've gotten the spike too, and it just went from good to better.
Spike planted.
Right here.
Great anti-bonus so far.
I mean, really excellent. You want to get out of this as cleanly as possible.
Derek instantly working this Odin too. On a wall, on a map like Ascent with these walls, how they are.
If things stand the way they will, Austin and Stellar won't have to buy armor as well. Again, to kind of continue this point of the financial advantage of 100 Thieves to be able to get out of this as cleanly as possible, to keep weapons, to keep armor, and carry into the next round.
Good exits here. Saucy's not gonna be able to find anything. And he
Oh, just out of reach.
Yeah, he could survive here depending on where the spike's planted.
Scanning ahead.
Derek not finding anything early on.
That is completely off of just knowing the positions that players are going to dart from, that players are going to spam from.
I mean, what do you do with that?
That is, Zekin didn't even spam, by the way, at that beginning of the round. He knew Derek had an Odin in his hands, knew that there was going to be a little bit of danger. So he's not giving up that he has an Odin, that he's even going for that.
Stella not in the 1 shots. Derek hitting another one. That's 2 with the Odin now.
A very greedy way to try to get back into this round here from Sentinels. Walking up Cat, I think with one person going for it, especially if it was Tens, for example, maybe you can get escape. That there is your smoker and your initiator. And Tens' op is going to be a non-factor in this round.
Pancata smoked off. Does have some info. He knows they're there.
And not die through the smoke with the spam here. He's going to go for it. Has to give some room to Tens to maybe find a different weapon.
Yeah. Or at least play safely enough to where if things go a little sideways, he can keep the op.
Spike planted.
I mean, his movement right now is indicating to me that he is going to do that. Just in spawn, walking slightly further back to literally where his opponents start the round. Yeah, full save here. And that is, again, just... I mean, that early pick against Second. I'm not sure as well how or where they're getting the information about what Pancata's position is and how he's using his util. But they made the right choice of rotating back over towards B. Tens, I think, wasn't even oh, Pancada, he's close.
Is he gonna get challenged?
Oh, they know he's close too now that that alarm bot is actually up in this.
Yeah, but he could be anywhere. He's not gonna get challenged at all. He goes up, there it is, the flash is there, he swings around, 2 spotted. Oh, it's tempting, I know it's tempting, he wants it, it's just on the other side too. But the smoke, once again, provides some cover.
That's sight given. Ten's taking a lot of space. It's up to Stellar to hold him off.
And he knows, he's waiting for it, but Tens lands the shot.
Def has the null command for retake too. So gonna shut down a lot of the counter flashes. Potentially shocks as well. Oh, Bang is ulted all the way off site right now.
Well, I think they had to because of the fact that Stellar died. So they have to consider this. Meanwhile, the fight is going to continue on the site. The ult has been used. Cryo's able to hold him back with 2, not able to land the 3rd. Can Pancada do a bit of that? Sasi dropping down. Asuna drops him. Pancada's left in this 1v2.
Oh, good smoke from Bang.
Player
He can rotate all around that smoke as soon as Asuna takes the contact.
Yeah.
He's not actually doing it though. He fell back into aim. Pancada has a chance.
Enemy remaining.
He's got it down to 1v1, but time is going to be the big issue here. Bang spams.
We're still getting some weapons in the hands of the Sentinels players, even though they've been losing round after round.
1 kill gets some blades. And you just mentioned a couple of rounds ago his ability to play through this, but Bang!
And that is timing there. Bang is going for that TP anyways, I think, especially with this orb. Mimi mentioned it on the desk before we went into this game. How flexible you can be. And look at the coverage as well. Bang keeping the smoke up, threatens this mid push and isolates anybody who wants to actually push through.
Right here.
This is cool from Sentinels. They're grouped actually in front of the wall on top of the turret. That's a recipe for an easy kill. But
yeah, but there it is, the ult. Could be all the difference. Asuna with the flash down, allowing the dash out from Cryo. Bang pushing his way forward. Keep a close eye on Sasi on the flank. It may not matter. It may be too soon before he gets here. You see Bang swinging around, getting a 3rd with it.
Player standing.
And yeah, Sasi's going to show up, but I mean, it's a bit too late.
Spike planted.
Doesn't even have a gun. 4 on the round for Bang, and 4 on the board for 100 Thieves. He got under it. And the
Spike
knife was just a bit late.
that's been coming late to see if they're playing close aim in and clear wine if they're not. So you don't have to spend any non-refreshable utility. That's it.
Here.
Just talking about how the first kills have been so instrumental for 100 Thieves. That is Tens finally finding an opening. And he's floating so much, rotating so much. It's almost a trend. If he gets a kill on one side, he's going to be on the other side of the map instantly. And I think 100 Thieves is understanding that after 3 maps of play.
The paranoia out, the dash from Cryo follows shortly thereafter. Playing around the wall, playing around the smoke. And now playing up towards the site, so they've established some control here. Stellar making sure there's no flank as Asuna gets the spike down. How much do they re-explore here? How far do they push?
Ooh, look at Stellar going for holding cat. They know everything about what's coming through.
Ooh, big here out from trees. Tens gets up top, gets one with the blades. But yeah, here's the fight in tree that I was just mentioning. You don't expect Stellar there.
Not there.
Oh.
They're getting half.
Hey. Oh, they're gonna get the whole thing for free. Forget about just half opening. Stops it.
Starts to get back on.
Can he get another? Can he get another? Well played, so well played. The turret in the smoke, him in the smoke. You peep that out, and
Revealing area.
He's looking for a fast ult, I think.
yeah, he
Tap
got
second.
it.
Oh my
There it
goodness.
is. What kind of fancy footwork does Second have? It looks like he's gonna be able to survive it.
That's a full waste, but he wants to instantly use that so that he could immediately get it back before Pancada gets his ult back on. Even though it could have been a factor late in the round. That could be the difference in ult cycles.
Oh, I was gonna say that dart hit. But patience from Tens.
He cleared a lot of mid right there. I don't think the alarm bot was even... Oh, actually, it definitely was. 2 nanoswarms here, no alarm bot. And caught in an off angle right now. This flash is not gonna hit.
Stays alive. So they use the flash to get out into tree. They look for a pick. They give the space back up. And it looks like they want to end up B. Derek should have his dart back up here pretty soon.
Hey, right about that. Ult's in the B main, so this split is actually real. Def is gonna have a great flash here from Satsu, who also ulted in the back of sight with Zekin.
Getting a little chaotic here. They've been bumping into each other. Sassi still trying to play back side. He's been exposed. They knew exactly where he was. So 100 Thieves get the spike down. They get control of the site. And the question is now, how do they deal with the onslaught of Sentinels as they try to approach this retake from a couple of different angles? They're going to have to deal with the pit, too. Surely he doesn't do something like that.
Oh, Bang has got a shorty on the other side of these smokes, too. Nobody's in the pit, though, with Stellar. Yeah, they're going to save.
Yeah, there's just no way in.
This is looking very brutal here. This attack side. This map has leaned in the past year. Very defensive side. Skewed so far.
Very heavily. That's still able to get one. That's actually huge.
But they all died. That's big. Yeah, no, that's big. Stuff like that is a way back.
Possibly. It looks like it may go a little deep. Meanwhile, the op is across the middle of the map.
So that cleared wine, okay? That's the cue for them. They don't have to spend any utility. They can just go for this.
Oh, the counter flash might have been good. Oh, but he just gets spammed through the smoke again. Saucy's still alive, dancing around the generator, but he's got a drone, he's got a target, he's got way too much to deal with. Bang! Finds another. And is this another save situation?
Spike
Yeah, Tim's
planted.
got the op. I think it might be. I think it might be. He's just not able to, on this defensive half, they're just reading him very well. The only time he's gotten a pick with it early in the round has been A main. And he is trying his best. They're not showing in mid. When they do show in mid, they're being elaborate with the orb.
Here.
He's getting denied so much vision with that orb.
Oh, he may be in trouble here.
I mean, at this point, the bank is going to start rolling no matter what, so 10s.
Blows his hand off. And I don't think he's going to be challenged any longer.
Honestly, they probably don't even, at this point, care. I think a lot of what is changing here. 4 Sentinels is only the setup for Pancata. There we go.
And the
Deep
crazy,
walk up.
the crazy thing is the timing was just so narrow. He'd been there a little bit earlier. He sees more.
Gives Def a moment to walk all the way up in tiles. He hears a lot about what's rotating right now. Asuna one off his ult.
You've got Zekin playing backside too. How much can he find? How long can he stay alive? How much damage can he cause? He pushes into the smoke, tries to get cheeky, and Cryo's there to greet him. Here's the off that we've been talking about, not able to land the shot. Is 10 suppressed? Tries to work another angle, tries to find some more space. The thing is, you haven't cleared out Bang. And I think as soon as Bang finds out that there's pressure, yeah, he can just play this so carefully.
He's such a menace with those deep smokes on the chokes for him to walk out
Last
of.
player standing.
He doesn't even have to kill himself. And this, I mean, honestly, again, this
Second thing as well is Zekin is struggling when he gets pushed over and over. He's trying to make a play into a smoke, something like that. And normally he's so good on this Sova.
Cover going out.
often isolated as well, as we saw in the previous round. It was just him against the world, really.
In previous iterations with Zekin playing the Sova on Ascent, it's been with Xset a more of a floater role, not necessarily committed to this B anchor. This is the first round he's not tethered toward this B site.
He's just spotting mid.
Toxins going up.
A tell of the light buy for Pancata. Can't drop utility there to cover it, so you've got to put Zek in there instead. Derek thinks twice about it. The shot close by. Pancata now understanding this pressure headed his way. Note he has nothing but a sheriff. Zek in close by. He is 1 point away from having that Hunter's Fury too, but he's got to find a pick. He's got to find a kill. And up on Kyle put in the position the Zekken was just a few moments ago. It's going to be difficult to find any semblance of success, and he's not able to do so. There it is. Zekken and 10 get Zekken and Def, excuse me, get one. Jared's timing is gorgeous. But Saucy with the trade. It's a 1v1.
Oh, he's going for the res.
He's got to be careful. He's got to be careful. What was that?
Going for it. Looks like a shark attack here. Yep, 10's insta dash. Dart down mid as well.
There's no one there.
Nobody here, and they're doing exactly the proper counter. I don't even think they even had the info, but they're just going straight into A main. That tends to be a hard counter when you go for these types of aggressive plays down mid, but hey,
that's huge.
This is good. 3 players are going to flank up against Stellar.
Stellar's got to be big here. Oh, Stellar doesn't find anything. Now the counter Hunter's Fury used. Cryo swinging around. They haven't cleared out wine. You can tell how 100 Thieves want to set the line of battle further up. They refuse to give up main.
Is there a flash here from Austin? No.
He's got 11 HP. This is so tough for Derek. Yeah, 10's and Saucy able to clean it up. But it's not done yet. It's now 2v2 here. Blades in play for 10's, and they're good. Can Cryo do this by himself? No, he cannot. The defuse comes through as Sentinels get to 4.
They absolutely needed that. This game was already starting to look. KJ Alarmbot cueing you when something is happening. They have to be clean with it. They're going to use a dart to clear the bottom of mid, use a knife as well. That gives so much info, but they're coming back over here.
Oh boy.
He starts droning. Oh.
The fight they made, and now the paranoia, the flash counter, as nobody can see a dang thing, but the kills still go in favor of Sentinels. Can Bang find anything? No, Zekken's back online, man. A rough start to the first half, but an excellent start to this one.
Shock dart is going to be huge. 10's. Oh, the molly comes in seconds late.
Oh, and he tucks under. He stays alive. Now Derek with a whole lot to do in the 1v4. 10's and Saucy both weak, but it's not going to matter. Sentinels win the pistol. It's a good sign for the young star.
Standing ahead.
And they have switched the wall into a more mid-control focused one on this eco.
It's interesting here how Cryo plays this. He has no Q, so he doesn't have anything to proc the dash off of. He's just kind of waiting. There it is. Yeah, there's just not a whole lot you can do there.
Yeah. And that's a situation where you might have a turret from KJ normally, where you can cue your dash off of the KJ turret, activating somebody shooting it, something like that.
Right.
Absolutely correct. 100 Thieves as well pushed A main, which we saw them trying to do in the pistol, and it did not go well. I think they might be able to get a smoke off on this. Yeah, Bang. Woo. But he spots it himself.
Yeah.
Spots it. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, that's clean.
Fun to watch Saucy get these tags.
Flawless round coming through for
That
Sentinels.
was anything to go by. The gun rounds where 100 Thieves were absolutely running the game. It's so funny as well. 10's. We mentioned how he's struggling to find anything with the op on defense side, but he's still 14-8. It's like a quiet 14-8. Just 10 things.
Very pedestrian.
Got him.
Cryo getting an opener. This is now the 3rd round of the half, and very quickly, the 3rd different Viper wall we've seen out from Stellar. This one intended to fight more for B main.
Also gives a pocket close on B main and logs. Nobody's playing there right now, but that's always a threat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here.
Stellar, spotting close. Maybe saw a ponytail or something like that. Cryo able to get another one. Second on the round for him. Trading it back though. The spike just out of reach. The 10's able to scoop it up. The problem is they still haven't cleared sight. You still have Cryo, you still have Stellar you have to deal with. Oh, well, that's one. But Stellar still alive, backside, still being a nuisance. Time low here, and he's played this so well. Finally drops. Now Asuna shows up. It's 1v1, the 2 young bucks. And with time in abundance, it just feels like an eternity. 15 seconds left. Second has the spike. And he is going to be able to get it down. Now Asuna pushing forward, and the timing is gorgeous. Asuna gets the kill and gets the defuse.
That's a tough spot for Zekin to be in. There's really no safe space for him to go for that
Try
plant.
to at least see if there's threat across mid.
They're doing what I was saying. So much presence on that mid. Throwing the knife, throwing the dart. Important against a non-KJ comp.
Yeah. Well, and even the smoke too, right?
Yes, yes. Denying the info right now. If they can walk out, that'd be amazing in the situation that's currently as it is. But 10s, updraft dashes with the flashes coming through.
And it's a bit slower from 100 Thieves. I thought they'd want to funnel this out very quickly and try to take this fight, but no.
This is dangerous. Zekin has his ult. He's going to pop it early in tree. Find Asuna. Asuna's gone.
Dead man walking. Had no shot. What else can 100 Thieves do for this retake? They have established control of tree. They don't have any main control. Cryo's already fallen too, so they're sitting on the sidelines.
I'm looking for a shock molly from Stellar and Derek, but they just don't have the space. They don't have the material to be able to really do it.
Huge out from Def there to continue to push.
That was really nice from Sentinels. The denial of info.
Yep.
On mid. So one thing that a lot of times happens when you throw like a smoke like that all the way up to spawn in mid right there, where you're blocking off the jump spot, where you're blocking off the vision of somebody peeking out into pizza. What a rotation. It's Stellar and Derek too, who I think have key utility to try to deny the plant or also be ready to execute with that dart coming way too late, where all his teammates are already dead. It's the same thing happening, by the way. Derek might end up being able to use a dart here and clear back mid. This flash is huge. Nope.
No real challenge, but that's because they've lost tree and they understand there's pressure coming that way. Asuna gets caught with the utility out, somehow stays alive, ultimately to be met with his demise. And now Death swinging out. The jumping right click.
One enemy remaining.
You gotta love it.
Free gun.
Free gun, by the way. Another round where...
Some key ults as well. Online, Asuna has his null command, but on the other side of the map, I'm looking not at the ult that Sasi has, but Def's ult.
Right.
His one orb off. All he needs to do is pick it up. And so many opportunities actually come out here. I think Sentinels right now, they're trying to understand. I think Def specifically is trying to say, okay, I saw the Viper wall mid. How do we play against this? What are we actually concerned about on this default?
Oh, it doesn't seem like they're too concerned with mid, and they probably should be. There are 3 members pushing up from 100 Thieves.
Okay, Kata confirms that turret is so versatile. Spots people on pushing cat, spots people pushing mid, spots people pushing B.
And again, it's this nuanced exchange of utility. Because of the pressure in, they had to invest a drone to clear out that area of the map. Second thoughts.
It's very interesting right now. Def did get that orb up, remember? So he has his null command now.
30 seconds left.
And Stellar might be able to get a 25 seconds left. Asuna does the great job of canceling all the hit. And utility coming in.
Time is going to be a serious problem here. There's the ult. Cryo tag stays alive for now. Stellar flashed up as he tries to tuck and cover. Still suppressed. Swings around. Lands one in a second. Just on the other side.
Hello?
Not able to deliver. There it goes. The classic does the job. It's now 10s and Pakana still have to get the spike in. There's just not enough time. It's going to have to be via kills, and they're not able to pull it off. 10 for 100 Thieves.
The funny part is actually he was so far back that Zekin still could put out a dart, that Sasi could still put out a smoke. But the rest of the util couldn't come through. This drone is finding a lot right now. They know that they're actually playing a mid setup because of the knife getting broken. And there's actually a trap play going off as well. Smokes, flashes coming in towards mid. They completely wipe it, but they give up the B site in the process.
Placing swarm grenade.
Is that going to be enough, though?
Ooh.
They're down on numbers.
This interaction here, Pankata has his ult. Derek is one off. They cannot give up kills to Derek within the next 5 seconds. But what they do want to do is push up on the space that this KJ ult gives them.
That's exactly what they do. It's going to allow Pankala to at least tug.
Yeah, but he's by himself. Nobody's coming with him. Second has a dart. Maybe if they can get the timing right.
How much can he find? A one and done provides nothing as Bane clears him out. 4v2 now in favor of 100 Thieves, and it's down to 1. Sasi can do nothing at all. What a response. And there's that Hunter's Fury that you were just talking about, now online.
Stellar with his ult too. What is that shot the rest of the series entirely? It feels like the team play is so much better. Starting from like the tail end of Split. Something's happened on that stage where they are really gelling together. Like the 100 Thieves we saw at Champions.
Yeah, very quickly here, it may prove to be inconsequential, but we saw Stellar not able to hit the one-way on the orb initially, then puts the pit down, and that's exactly where they're going. They're going in towards Tree. The Hunter's Fury could be massive. Tens are first to fall. Asuna pushing forward off of the space garnered.
That missed one-way actually comes on and works still just as good. Trying to catch the timing on Derek's drone here, Def.
I mean, he's tucked. He's tucked and they have no idea. And the thing is, I don't think Sentinels, as far as I can remember, they haven't pushed into the smoke that they've been repeatedly dropping in mid.
There.
Is it expected? Yes, it is.
Cover going out.
That's another instance of Bang's off angles just being so good.
He's unreal, man.
It's his map, 17
30
and 13.
seconds left.
Yeah, he really just seemed to consistently hit a different level on Ascent. Back to the LCQ days, man.
Yep.
Paranoia out as they try to funnel around it. Spams through, and somehow they managed to get by. They managed to get through unscathed.
Okay,
10
but
seconds left.
we've seen how difficult this hold has been for Sentinels in the last round. Pencata, for example, getting up way too close. Trying to find some way into this round, and Krau's just holding.
I mean, it's a 5v3.
He's just holding.
Waiting to see if Stellar's the one who takes first contact. Second, waiting for it, waiting for it. No armor, doesn't matter. Kill delivered. Oh my gosh! A 5v3 has turned into a 3v2.
And there's no time either.
This was a Herculean save from Sentinels. Unreal. And they deal a blow to 100 Thieves economy. Bang has nothing but a bulldog. So keep a close eye on that. You see it. They don't have much in this round or in the next, really.
Spike retrieved.
Flash over the top. The dash comes through from tens, and he just gets spammed right through. There's the bulldog. It seems to work just fine.
Flash from door.
This is where he anchors well. He made a meal here. He made a living trying to anchor this exact site. Only able to get one.
Spike down A.
Here.
Numbers still for the defensive side. The spike still not planted.
And with this plan, it's going to be so difficult. Shocks can come in against him.
It is the Brazilian duo, though. It is Sasi and Panka. And we saw it already. When it's just them two, they just hit a different gear. Can the chemistry prove to be the difference maker yet again?
His patience from 100 Thieves cost them last time, but no, Pencata falls to cryo.
The chemistry's just gonna have to be by itself. The dash into the smoke, the spam is there, and he's not able to land it. Derek lands the shots. The defuse is gonna come through from Stellar. And honestly, we shouldn't be surprised, for as good as map 1 and map 2 were, for this to have been the moment that could have been. And that, I mean, that would have been a disastrous start.
Cryo going on the aggressive potential. If he finds himself an early kill here, he won't. Not going to cheat against the turret, not going to try to bait somebody into peeking him. Not taking risks.
What is Saucy up to over there? Opposite side of the map. Waiting to see, I guess, if there's going to be a flank. Meanwhile, the rest of his team prepares to exact on to B. And you've still got Derek here with the Odin.
Here he goes. He's going to smoke for his teammate and then try to walk in the edge.
There's the wall, but the pocket that you were just alluding to, it's a bit too shallow, but they don't check it anyway. He's able to get one, not able to get the second. Did that hit him?
Yes.
There's no dodging that. But he somehow stays alive and continues to push forward. The flash is gorgeous.
Spike down B.
And Sasi did not commit to the flank. 3v2 now.
Sentinels still have a shot at this thing. With the numbers advantage, can they hold? Cryo with the Bang is already fallen. Cryo's gonna have to do it all on his own, and now Paranoia in his face. With 100 credits, manages to stay alive. For now. You imagine he just wants to save the op carried into the next round.
Yeah, looking at his money, no chance he has enough to get another.
Right.
Ooh. But damage done. It's huge.
Yeah, because the money's not great for Sentinels either.
These two guys should be able to drop weapons in the next. They're chasing, they're hunting. Tens has gotten deep, but no way you find him on Cat. Second might go down.
10 for Sentinels. And they live to fight another.
We've seen this could be a recipe for a thrifty, right? A recipe for an eco. Cryo still got the op. Like if he just gets with a flash. Oh.
Second just on the other side.
Danger.
He got tagged. He got spammed. Woo.
And he's still stuck there. He used all of his mobility right now. If they can get Amali in there, something like that.
They're just so far back.
Orb has gotten him out to safety.
Asuna has the ult. He feels the pressure. He can pop it. The paranoia through. He's still patient. Playing in the smoke. The paranoia is there.
They know this is a true hit because of the B push that just came out.
I think he dealt some damage with that spam as well.
Tank's still on the side.
Patience here from Asuna as he still gets a kill. The op shot going a bit wide. Steph able to land the shot onto Cryo. It just seems like they're really set on not investing a ton into this round. And Kyle have played too many targets around, and they've still gotten it to a decently interesting spot here. Derek with a weapon, and Derek is clutch.
Last player standing.
But he's not clutch enough.
And Asuna 2 HP. Not one of the lucky ones to pick up a Vandal either. That's not great from Def.
Nope.
Time's
Oh
fine.
no. No real way out.
If I'm Cry, I'm thinking, how can I specifically try to target the KJ? Try to target Pankata? There's not very many opportunities given the fact that Sentinels are playing mostly slow. Especially on these B hits, they're never going fast to it.
The spike scooped up. Rotating back B.
Deploying drone.
Derek just uses drone. They also re-clearing on A main too. 5 seconds on the dart. Looks like what could work here. Def looking like he wants to hit towards Cat. He's gonna get knifed. That's gonna delay things. With second darting in for him, potentially ulting himself. And then they could pivot that towards B.
This could be huge. It's all about whether or not it lands. If he gets the tag, the Hunter's used, and yeah, Bang has been lit up. Bang is so close to dying, but he instead gets another. It's Asuna who falls. Bang close by should be able to res him up though, but the rest of the hit's gonna be towards B, and Derek is there to greet it. Up close and personal, spamming through with the Odin, not able to find a second.
Sight not giving up. KJ ult being used deep. Bang actually ulted into the KJ ult right now.
To be with Stellar. But is that...
Can they break it?
That could be it. That could be the demise. It does get destroyed.
He broke it.
3v2 here. 10 seconds left. Can Stellar hold it back? No! Unreal!
Attacking side from 100 teams.
Okay, this is really cool. I wanted to point this out in the last round because he's done this a couple of times now. Teleports back in towards A main to suggest that he's actually taking Cubby in long to just introduce, again, just this like rough idea that somebody is taking space up. And that just makes challenging A main so much more difficult.
Yeah, combine that with a knife that's clearing wine, clearing close. Little intricacy. Remember, that orb was what was denying 10 so much. He did go for this glass cannon up. The wall's gonna allow them to walk up behind it. They have to drop it to take the next step though.
Second is dart. And he's close by.
Here comes the dash activated. Oh!
Doesn't find anything. Tries to tuck, tries to get away while Cryo tries to go in instead. The spam lands on his Zekin. 10 still alive. The second shot misses. How many more shots will he get? 3v3 here. 30 HP for 10s. Op still in hand.
Another spam kill too.
Can he make it land? Bang's position here is huge. Yeah, he's got to find value, and he does.
30 seconds left.
But they're going to back out. Well, the thing is, they don't know Pancada's right behind him, and he hears it. He hears a rotating wave. He lands the shots. And it's potential disaster.
Look at him go. Pancada's all the way back over towards Cat. He has his turret back up, which will allow them potential. Oh, he has to run through the molly. He might die. Oh my goodness.
9 HP.
9 HP.
Skin of his teeth. Momentary repositioning to try to get the spike down, and the time was just not on his
And he's
side.
staying in mid.
One suppressed.
Knife only tagged Derek, I believe. So Stellar's going to be able to toggle the wall up and down.
One thing, remember, Cryo usually has his Viper Orb to fall off in mid for, so he has to play a lot more passive. The Viper Orb's actually being used on the back side of B. Not sure if that's a one-way or if it's just holding so that they can't push into a boathouse.
It's going to be a quiet approach from Sentinels towards A. What's the cue? Also, no Pancada here on this late lurk. You see the flash, you see the dash, but there's no clash. There's no follow-up out from 100 Thieves. Baines is the first to fall, but he was there by himself. Dev's able to get a second. Tens with another. Derek able to trade it back here. Huge out from Sentinels, and now Pancada is able to cut off the rotations. This seems like a done deal. It's too easy.
The timing.
It's just too easy when it looks like that. Pancada cleans it up. 14-12 in the series in favor of